All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Barker.
Good afternoon, Mr. Adams. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
No problem.
I see you're here applying for the customer service associate.
Yes, sir. Here for the customer service associate position today.
Okay. This is at the University of Houston Clear Lakes admission department. Um, you'll be associated with the staff, transferring students. This job requires you to be very vocal, PC proficient, and it takes a lot of experience. And I see here on your resume that you were actually a library clerk, and you have library service technician. Can you explain that a little bit to me?
Yeah. Okay. So on my resume, I've been in a couple libraries in the past. I was at the Terrell Historical Library where I was a library clerk, which is very hands-on customer service, directing them where they need to be, where they need to go, and what they need to find. And then going over to my other two library positions, they kind of go hand in hand with, again, it's customer service. I was there at a personal level. I help people log into whatever they needed help log in. I helped them do reference searches for whatever books they needed to find. And all in all, like I helped out staff with certain things, but it was mainly a customer service oriented position.
Okay. So would you define that as an ideal job for you?
Do you mean working in a library, or do you mean the position I'm currently interviewing for?
I mean, being a customer service person, being well,
Oh, working
being
in customer
allocated,
service?
yeah, being allocated with the public, staff and faculty.
Oh, absolutely. Like I love working with people. I've always loved working with people. Um, get a little personal, like say I play music and I've toured the country a couple times. And when doing that, you meet a lot of people, you build those connections, and you really see the importance of a one-on-one interaction compared to the way how things are mostly fabricated today.
Okay, okay. Where would you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I hope to be a teacher. For now, interviewing for this position, I see this as an opportunity, a long-term opportunity to work and put money back, and I can pursue my education further and potentially become a professor in the near future, because that's my goal.
Are you currently employed?
No, sir. At the time of this, I'm searching for a job, and this is the job that I'm applying for.
Okay. Why did you leave your past jobs?
A lot of it just has to do with where, like, I moved a lot. Like I moved from Houston to Beaumont to Baytown, and with that comes a lot of just I have to leave. You know how it goes.
Okay. I do understand that. Yeah, relocating and having to assess yourself to your location and your surroundings, it gets tedious. And I
That's
do understand that.
that's a great way to put it.
Um, let's see. Would you have I don't see any references on here. Would you like say if there was anyone that I could call up and just say like, would to get a good word on your experience and things like that?
Okay, I apologize. I thought I had references included. I actually have a previous supervisor on my resume. You'll see I worked at the Helen Hall Library, and my previous supervisor there, her name is Darla Ront. She would give me an outstanding review and a reference for you. And if you would like anybody else, I can give you coworkers I've had when I worked in TV, coworkers I've had working in libraries, etc.
Okay. Okay. And this job also requires you to, answer phones, multitask, make appointments, and manage maybe you're like you're almost the face of the college almost, bringing guys in, transferring them out. Would you be up for that?
Yes, absolutely. I actually have experience working with multi-line telephones, working in libraries, having to transfer calls and find the correct departments.
Okay. And so right now, are you in college?
Yes, sir. Currently enrolled.
And why did you choose your college or university?
I chose my university because, again, I initially had a scholarship on a music scholarship to SFA, but after some careful consideration, I had to decline and stay more local just because I wanted to knock out as much as I could at a local level, try to save some money before I ended up going to a major university.
Um, okay. And this particular job, I see that you may be much interested in it. Your goals are to be a college teacher or regular teacher, not professionally um college. But I see that you seem pretty much interested in this position. But why should we hire you?
I think that I would bring a lot to the team. When I think back at my previous positions, I can give you an example. We had a big issue with traffic flow in the libraries, and I found a constructive way to fix that flow by implementing different return carts around our library so that we don't have just this overcrowding of books getting thrown in one pile. And it helped us not individualize, I'm sorry. It helped us keep things within their category so that we can shelve things and fix things in a more efficient manner. I think I can bring a new set of eyes to the team. And I also, again, I have a very can-do attitude. I'm a people person. Again, playing music and all that fun stuff. Like, I love people. I love the interaction. And I really do think I would make a great addition to your team.
Okay, strong answers, Mr. Barker. I see that you do have the experience here. You sound like a dependable guy,
Thank you.
and you may possess the ability to multitask in a fast-paced environment, and you have the ability to supervise. Um, the job takes hospitality, and you have the food service. You work through administrative throughout your work experience, and I really like the honor roll high school graduate.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um, but this job does pay 4,800 to 5,200 monthly. We just here we want to know if that's a comfortable pay range for you.
It is a very comfortable pay range. Even if it's on the lower end of that at the minimum of 4,800, I have no issue with that. Again, as a college student, my expenses aren't too crazy. And that's really all I want to say on it. I don't want you to think that it's all about money right now.
Okay. Juggling that it comes, it might pay a price to juggle school and work, but I'm pretty sure that you're capable of getting the job done.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Would you have any questions for me?
I do. I was wondering, what is your onboarding process like?
So, well, the first steps will be applying. The second step will having the formal interview. And then there's a process where we sift out the candidates and we choose one or two that is, capable for the position. It may take up to 1 to 2 weeks. If you will hear back from someone, if you get the job or not, and we have a formal orientation for those that we select.
Okay. Would that, if after orientation, would there be, this is a follow-up question, would there be like specific trainings that would need to be finished?
Well, as any job comes, there would be, an orientation. There would be a set of people, a set of persons that you have to associate with, and they would gradually give step by step, kind of shape you into getting used to the environment, even though you may be used to the environment, but
Right, it's always different at a different place.
yeah, a few assessments and a few goal oriented tasks that we have to kind of keep an eye on to make sure our candidates
Right.
stay on task, basically.
Right. Okay. I have another question. Do you expect the main responsibilities of this position to change within 6 months to a year of me starting this position, if I get the job?
Say that again. You will
Uh,
after
do you,
6.
do you expect, do you think that there will be any change in the main responsibilities of this position within 6 months to a year of my start date? Granted, I get the job.
That's a good question. That's a very good question. For candidates to show exemplary work performance, um, and if they're interested, there are other steps that you could take up into this administration or this university, I should say. Starting out as an associate, you may be more intricate into the school and get more of an administrative position.
Right. Okay. So that kind of follows up to my next question. Would there be opportunities for stretch assignments? And what I mean by that are like stretch assignments. Will there be opportunities for me to work outside my position to eventually get that experience to move up in the school?
I believe that's based on you. If you decided to stretch out of your job performance and your job title,
Mhm.
and you take it up with your supervisor or someone above you, and they have in a position for you to apply for, then sure. If that position isn't there, by all means, go ahead and reach as far as you can.
Okay, awesome. Okay, got another one for you. What are the current goals that your school is focused on, and what are your team doing to hit those goals?
Here at the university, we're very goal oriented. Um, we believe that student lives matter, and they need to sometimes have some type of workload eased up on them. So as far as our goals, we would like to make college life a little bit simpler for the tasks that we're responsible for. If a student comes in and there's a situation and it's a very tedious situation where they can't apply here or they can't apply there and they need help doing this with this much paperwork, we would like to take that load off of their um schedule. Let's say schedule.
Right. Okay, awesome. Um, okay, my next question is where do you see your ideal candidate in, say, 6 months to a year? It's okay.
Okay, there was a position is after 6 months and gradually making to more of a an associate. We expect our associates to be more trained and prepared to gain a higher level of performance.
Okay, so
More of a
you expect more like individual, what's the word? At that point, you expect somebody to be fully trained and for somebody to be able to take the reins themselves and not have to worry about a supervisor there to hold their hand, basically.
well, the associate should be able to function on their own and make decisions on their own. As far as 6 months goes, that that training should expand into a broader category of function, handling emails, following up with supervisors at a gradual pace.
Right.
Like typing up word per minute. That should show increase of their customer hospitality, answering phones and greeting customers, and not showing a lack of effort, but showing more enthusiasm.
Okay, awesome. And this will lead into my final question is what attributes does someone need to have to really succeed in this position?
Just to be goal oriented, be more of a people person, and just when life happens, to work at to overcome their problems and just put their problems aside and try to handle it as best as they can and not have their work performance suffer from that.
Okay, awesome. Well, that was my last question. I think I've gotten a good feel about your team as a general and this company as a general, well, the school as a general.
Yeah, I say stress is a stress, may become a stressful environment. There's students coming here with loads of problems, and you might be bombarded with calls and paperwork and having to um deal with uh a supervisor that you won't, you know, get along with. But and it's college, everybody's here is for a main goal to, you know, pursue a report of, you know, excellence,
Right.
right? So
Do you have any final questions for me?
um just, you know, if you can remain available, when's a good time to, you know, contact you and have a follow-up interview with one of my supervisors.
Anytime. I'm free anytime. I'd be honestly, I have my tentative start date for y'all would be whenever you decide to hire me.
That sounds good. Mr. Barker, it was a pleasure meeting you,
It was a pleasure meeting you as well.
and hopefully I'll see you here at the college.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. You have an absolutely wonderful day.
Likewise.
Thank you.